The living room smells of Emily's lavender candle, flickering beside a half-empty bottle of Merlot on the coffee table. I'm at the kitchen counter, sorting invoices for my construction business, trying to figure out why our accounts are always short. Emily's on the couch, legs tucked under her, scrolling through her phone like it's her job. We're due at Mike's barbecue in an hour. His birthday is a big deal. I'm ready, jeans, clean shirt, keys in hand. She's still in yoga pants, not even pretending to move. You planning to get ready anytime soon? I ask, setting the papers down. She doesn't look up. God, Tom, chill. It's just Mike and Sarah's thing. Not like we're meeting the president. That stings. Mike's been my best friend since college. Helped me clear out my dad's place after he passed. It's his birthday. You know that. Showing up matters. She snorts, eyes still glued to her screen. You're so intense. I'll be ready in 10. Okay. 20 minutes later, she's still scrolling. I stand, grab my jacket. I'm heading out. You coming or not? Her head snaps up, eyebrows raised. Seriously? You're leaving without me? Wow. Way to make me feel like baggage. I pause at the door, hand on the knob. You've had an hour. I'm not begging you to show up for my friend. Her eyes narrow, that sharp glint I've been noticing more lately. Fine. Go be the perfect friend. Don't expect me to chase you. I walk out. The door clicks shut. In the truck, I grip the wheel, the leather creaking. It's not just her being late. It's the way she twists it, like I'm the one who's supposed to wait for her cue. If I'd known how this night would spiral, I'd have started cutting ties right then. Hell, maybe I'd have saved myself a year of her games. I'm halfway to Mike's when my phone buzzes. Emily's name lights up the screen. I hit speaker, eyes on the road. You really left without me, she says, her voice dripping with that fake hurt she's perfected. Told you I was going, I say, merging onto the highway. You could have waited 5 minutes. You had an hour. She laughs, sharp. God, Tom, you're so dramatic. It's just a barbecue. It's Mike's birthday. You knew that. Oh, please. You're acting like I'm blowing off the Super Bowl. You're blowing off my friend. Same difference. She sighs, long and exaggerated. You're making this a thing. I'm getting ready now. Okay. Don't rush on my account, I say, my voice flat. You know where it is. You're seriously not coming back to pick me up? Nope. Wow, Tom. Real classy. Leaving your wife stranded. You're not stranded. You've got a car. She pauses. Then her tone shifts, softer, like she's flipping a switch. I just thought we'd go together, you know. As a couple. We're not a couple if you can't show up for the people who matter to me. Another pause. You're being such a jerk about this. And you're being a control freak. Pick your poison. Fine, she snaps. I'll get there when I get there. Don't strain yourself, I say, and hang up. No chasing. No second ask. I crank Springsteen and keep driving. Mike's backyard is alive. String lights swaying, burgers sizzling, a cooler packed with beers. Sarah's playing host, darting around with a tray of sliders, her smile tight but warm. Mike's at the grill, his laugh cutting through the chatter. I spot Dave, our old college buddy, now a contractor with a motor mouth, and Karen, the neighbor who's always got a story about her golden retriever, Rusty. Good crowd. Good vibe. Except Emily's not here. Mike hands me a beer. Where's Em? Running late, I say, popping the cap. Per usual, he grins, but his eyes are sharp. Keeping you on a leash, huh? Trying to, I mutter, taking a swig. Dave wanders over mid-rant. Lumbers up 30%, man. You feeling it? Yeah, I say, half listening, scanning the yard for Emily. An hour in, no sign of her. No text since the call. I'm not chasing. Then she strolls in, heels clicking on the patio, dressed like she's walking a runway. Tight dress, hair perfect. Heads turn. She's got that knack owning a room without trying. She spots me, gives a little wave, then heads for Sarah, laughing like she's been here all night. I don't move. Mike nudges me. You good? Peachy, I say, jaw tight, just watching the show. Emily's holding court now, wine glass in hand, telling some story about her Chicago work trip. She hasn't glanced my way. Karen sidles up, Rusty trailing, his leash dragging. She's in rare form tonight, huh? Never seen her miss a chance to work a crowd. Yeah, I mutter. Always on stage. Karen tilts her head, voice low. You okay with that? She's been pulling this a lot. Rusty and I see her strutting around, but you're the one holding it together. I shrug, not ready to spill. I'm here for Mike. Not her. Dave asks Emily about our weekend plans. Just small talk. She laughs, sharp and deliberate. Oh, Tom's probably dragging me to the hardware store again. You know, his idea of a hot date. The group chuckles. My neck burns. It's not the words, it's the tone. Like I'm some boring schlub she's stuck with. Sarah, nearby with a tray of drinks, pauses, her smile fading. I set my beer down, walk over, calm as you please. Actually, I say, loud enough for everyone to hear, I was thinking we'd skip the hardware store. I've got better things to do than play errand boy. Emily's smile freezes. Sarah sets her tray down, stepping closer. Everything okay over here, she asks, her voice careful but firm. Just clearing things up, I say, not breaking eye contact with Emily. Emily recovers fast, tilting her head. Oh, come on, Tom. It's a joke. Don't be so sensitive. I step closer, voice steady. Funny. I'm not laughing. Dave, oblivious, laughs. You two are always sparring. Keeps things spicy, right? Sarah shoots him a look. Not the time, Dave. Karen speaks up, her tone dry. Jokes are supposed to be funny. That one felt like a jab. Emily's eyes flash, but she keeps her smile. Wow, everyone's a critic tonight. Can't a girl have some fun? Sarah crosses her arms. Fun's fine, but maybe check who you're throwing under the bus. I don't wait for Emily's next move. I grab another beer and head to the grill with Mike. He hands me a spatula. Flip these, will you? I focus on the burgers, the sizzle grounding me. Sarah joins us, her voice low. She's been like that all month, Tom. I didn't want to say anything, but you don't deserve it. Thanks, I say, flipping a patty. I'm handling it. Emily doesn't follow. Good. I'm done letting her set the tone. If I'd known how far she'd push it, I'd have started packing that night. But I didn't. I still thought we could salvage something. 10 years. A house. A life. Stupid, maybe, but I wasn't ready to torch it all over a few cheap shots. So I tried. Planned dinners. Suggested a weekend in Napa she'd always wanted. She'd nod, smile, then flip it so I was chasing her approval. Every time I thought we were good, she'd pull something new, ignoring plans, twisting my words, making me question my own head. A month later, we're at the kitchen table, bills spread out like a crime scene. I'm trying to figure out why our credit cards are maxed out again. Emily's on her laptop answering emails, acting like I'm interrupting her Oscar-worthy performance as corporate queen. Em, you see this? I hold up the statement. $2,000 on clothes and restaurants. We didn't talk about this. She doesn't look up. Seriously, Tom? You're going to nickel and dime me now? I needed stuff for work. You want me to show up in rags? Work? Ha! That's what we're calling $300 dinners with your team? She sighs, dramatic, like I'm a kid throwing a fit. It's networking, Tom. You wouldn't get it. You're not out there hustling like I am. There's that jab, like my construction business is a hobby because I don't wear a suit. Networking's fine, but we're a team. You don't get to spend our money and call it my problem. Her eyes flick up, sharp. Our money? Last I checked, I'm pulling my weight. Maybe if you closed more deals, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You're pulling your weight, then? Why is our account bleeding? She leans back, crossing her arms. Don't put this on me. You're the one who's always investing in new tools. Tools that keep my business running. Not $500 handbags. Oh, please, she snaps. You're acting like I'm bankrupting us. You're not, but you're sure as hell trying. Her laugh is bitter. You're so dramatic. It's just money. Then use yours. I pull out my phone, open our banking app, and transfer half our joint savings to my personal account. 30 seconds. Done. She's still typing. Oblivious. Done, I say, standing. From now on, we split expenses. You want to play CEO? You cover your own tab. Her head snaps up. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said. I'm not your ATM. She laughs, nervous. Not her usual control. You're being ridiculous. We've always shared everything. Not anymore. I grab my keys. I'm meeting Mike for a beer. Sort your bills out. She stands, voice rising. Tom, you can't just do that without talking to me. We're married. I just did, I say, heading for the door. We're done talking about it. She calls after me, you're going to regret this. You think you can just cut me off? I don't answer. I don't repeat myself. At the bar, Mike's got a pitcher waiting. He's a big guy, could pass for a linebacker, but he's quiet, always listening. The place is loud. Jukebox blaring, a couple guys arguing over a pool game. I tell Mike about the credit card, the transfer, the whole deal. He shakes his head. She's testing you, man. Seeing how far she can push. Yeah, I say, pouring a glass. And I'm done playing. He leans forward, elbows on the table. You sure about this? Splitting everything. That's a big step. I'm not begging her to respect me. She wants to run the show? She can run it alone. Mike sips his beer. Steady. Reminds me of my brother's ex. Always pulling that control crap. Little digs to keep him small. Took him years to walk away. You're moving faster. I've given her enough chances, I say. She thinks I'll just take it. Not anymore, huh? He grins, but it's cautious. Just watch her back. She's not going to like losing the reins. You think she'll come around? I ask, not because I believe it, but to see what he thinks. He shakes his head. People like that don't change. They double down. My brother's ex tried to guilt him back. Didn't work. You're doing the right thing. A bartender, Joe, swings by with another pitcher. You two look like you're solving the world's problems, he says, wiping down the table. Something like that, I say, managing a half smile. Joe leans in, voice low. Heard my share of stories here. Sounds like you're drawing a line. Respect, man. Mike raises his glass. To lines in the sand. I clink my glass against his. To not looking back. A guy at the next table, some regular with a trucker hat, overhears and chuckles. Sounds like you're breaking free, buddy. Good luck. I nod. Sip my beer. My phone buzzes. A client. Jim, my lead foreman. I step outside to take it. Tom, you got a minute? Jim says. Got a scheduling issue on the downtown job. Shoot, I say, leaning against my truck. Client wants us to pull extra hours next week. I said I'd check with you. Tell them no. We stick to the schedule. I'm not burning out my crew for their last-minute changes. Jim pauses. You sure? They're offering overtime. Then they can pay double. My time's not free anymore. He laughs. Got it, boss. I'll pass it along. Good. Keep me posted. I hang up. Feeling solid. No more bending over backward. My rules, my terms. It's a Friday, and we're at Emily's company party. Big downtown venue, open bar, suits everywhere. I'm here because she asked. Said it would look good for her. I'm in a blazer, making small talk with her colleagues, most of whom I don't know. Emily's across the room, laughing with some guy in a tailored suit, her hand on his arm. I don't care about the flirting. It's the way she's acting like I'm her plus one, not her husband. I'm talking to Rachel, one of her co-workers, who's asking about my business. She's genuine, curious about the new office complex we're building. Sounds like a big deal, she says. You must be swamped. Keeps me busy, I say, appreciating the normal conversation. Emily swoops in, wine glass in hand. Oh, Tom's always building something. You should see our garage. It's like a hardware store exploded. Rachel laughs politely, but her eyes flick to me, uneasy. That's a lot of dedication, she says, trying to pivot. I don't laugh. Funny, I say, looking at Emily. I didn't realize my work was a punchline. She rolls her eyes. God, Tom, lighten up. It's a party. Rachel shifts, uncomfortable. Emily's boss, Greg, joins us, loud and full of himself. Tom, right? Emily says you're the guy for renovations. Before I can answer, Emily cuts in. Yeah, he's great with a hammer. Keeps him out of trouble. The group laughs. Rachel looks away, her jaw tight. Another colleague, Mark, chuckles but seems unsure. I feel the room sharpen, not with anger, but with clarity. This is her game. Little digs to keep me small. To make sure she's the star. I'm done. Actually, I say, voice steady, I run a construction firm. Just finished a commercial project downtown. 10 stories. On time, under budget. Greg raises an eyebrow, impressed. No kidding. We're looking at some office expansions. You got a card? I pull one from my wallet. Hand it over. Call me. We can talk numbers. Emily's smile tightens. Rachel speaks up, her voice firm. That's impressive, Tom. Not many people can pull off projects like that. Thanks, I say, meeting her eyes. Appreciate it. Emily laughs, trying to regain control. Oh, come on, Rachel. Don't inflate his ego. He's still got sawdust on his shoes. Greg chuckles, but it's less enthusiastic. Sounds like he's doing all right to me. What was that project, Tom? Downtown, you said? New office complex on 5th, I say. Mixed use. Retail on the ground floor. We handled everything, design to finish. Mark pipes up. Man, I could use a contractor for my house. You do residential? Depends on the job, I say. Give me a call. Greg nods. I like a guy who gets it done. What's your crew size? 20 plus subs, I say. We scale up for bigger jobs. Emily cuts in, her voice sharp. Okay, let's not turn this into a sales pitch. It's a party. I look at her, calm. You started it. I'm just finishing. Rachel smirks, barely hiding it. Sounds like Tom's got it handled. Mark nods. I'm calling you, man. My deck's a mess. Greg claps my shoulder. Let's grab a drink later. Talk shop. My firm's got plans for a new branch. Sounds good, I say. Emily's face is a mask now. You're all so serious, she says, forcing a laugh. It's supposed to be fun. Fun's great, I say, locking eyes with her. But respect's better. I excuse myself, head to the bar, order a soda. Emily follows, voice low. What was that about? Just talking business, I say, sipping my soda. You embarrassed me in front of my boss. No, Em. You've been embarrassing me all night. I'm not here to make you look good anymore. Her face flushes. You're being a jerk. And you're being a control freak. Pick your poison. I walk away, weaving through the crowd. Rachel catches my eye, gives a small nod. I nod back. Behind me, Emily laughs too loud, trying to pull the group back in. He's just tired, she says. You know how it is. Greg's voice carries. Seemed pretty sharp to me. Mark adds, guy knows his stuff. I'm calling him. I keep walking. I'm not sticking around for her encore. A month later, we're at Karen's place, our neighbor with the golden retriever. Emily insisted we go. Said it'd be awkward if we didn't. I'm only here because I'm not ready to cut every tie yet. But I'm not playing her game. We're still in the same house, but I've moved to the guest room. Separate accounts, separate schedules. She hates it. Keeps trying to pull me back into her orbit. No apologies, just more of her you'll get over it attitude. Karen's house is packed. Neighbors, friends, a few strangers. Emily's in her element, flitting around with a wine glass, laughing too loud. I'm talking to Dave and his wife, Lisa, about a remodel they're planning. Normal stuff. No tension. Then Emily calls me over, her voice all honey. Tom, come meet Brian. I walk over, nod. Brian's a finance guy, polo shirt, firm handshake. Emily was telling me about your business, he says. Sounds like you're killing it. Before I can respond, Emily laughs, sharp and cutting. Oh, Tom's always busy, you know. Fixing leaky faucets. Saving the world one hammer at a time. Brian chuckles, unsure. Lisa frowns, her eyes narrowing. Steve, Karen's husband, is nearby, pouring drinks, his eyebrow raised. I don't flinch. Actually, I say, voice calm, we just landed a contract for a new office complex. Keeps me busy enough I don't need to play sidekick. Emily's smile falters. Brian nods. That's awesome, man. You hiring? Maybe, I say. The crowd's getting thicker, and Emily's edging toward the patio door, probably to work another group. I extend my hand to guide her through a habit from years of navigating crowds together. She pulls back, sharp and deliberate, her voice carrying. Don't start, Tom. It's not like anyone here thinks we're together. The room quiets. Steve stops pouring, his eyes on Emily. Lisa's mouth tightens. That's a cheap shot, Em. He's your husband. Brian shifts, trying to diffuse. Hey, let's not get heavy. Just having fun, right? Karen, across the room, steps closer, her tone dry. Fun's supposed to lift people up, not cut them down. Emily's smile is a mask now. Wow, everyone's so serious tonight. It's just a joke. I set my drink down, step closer to her, voice low but clear. From this moment on, they definitely won't. I walk out. Not fast, not angry. Just done. Karen follows me to the porch, Rusty trailing behind. You okay, Tom? Yeah, I say, hands in my pockets. Just drawing a line. She leans against the railing, her voice firm. I've seen her do this for years. Little jabs, always making you the bad guy. You're better than that. I nod, staring at the streetlights. Appreciate it. I'm handling it. You need a place to crash, or just a coffee, you know where to find me, she says. Rusty nudges my leg, whining for a pat. I scratch his ears, managing a half smile. I drive home, pack a bag, then check into a motel. My phone buzzes. Emily, you're being ridiculous. I don't reply. I'm not explaining myself twice. The motel's parking lot is quiet, the neon sign buzzing. I sit on the bed, stare at the ceiling, and feel the weight lift. No more games. 3 weeks later, I'm in my new apartment, a small place downtown, bare bones, but mine. Tools in the corner, coffee maker on the counter. I've got a meeting with my advisor tomorrow to finalize documents, splitting our assets. Emily's been calling, leaving voicemails about talking it out. I don't answer. She had her chance. I'm done reacting. I'm changing the game. I call Sarah. Tell her I'm out for the next couple's dinner. Just me and Mike for beers from now on, I say. She pauses, her voice soft. I get it, Tom. I'm sorry it's come to this. Don't be, I say. I'm good. I meet with my accountant, Laura, at her office downtown. She's no nonsense. Been handling my books for years. You co-signed the office lease last year when my credit score dipped. I'm taking you off everything, I tell her. Then instruct her to set up a new business account, transfer all my contracts, and remove Emily from the insurance policies and joint lease on the office space. Laura raises an eyebrow. Big moves, Tom. You sure? Dead sure, I say. I'm done sharing what's mine. She nods, scribbling notes. Smart. Keeps things clean. I'll have it done by end of week. Thanks, I say. Send me the new account details. I hit the gym, something I haven't done in years. Not to impress anyone, just to feel solid again. I'm lifting when I run into Dave, who's spotting some guy bench pressing. He sees me, grins. You look like you're ready to build a skyscraper, man. Just clearing my head, I say, wiping sweat off my brow. He leans against the weight rack. Heard about you and Em. You holding up? I'm not holding up, I say. I'm moving on. He nods, thoughtful. Lisa's been worried about you. Said Emily's been talking, acting like you're the bad guy. Spinning it like you walked out for no reason. Let her talk. I'm not in her story anymore. A gym regular, Carlos, overhears and chimes in. Man, you got that look like you're done taking crap. Respect. I nod. Rack my weights. Appreciate it. Dave claps my shoulder. Come by for a beer soon. Lisa's making her famous chile. Will do, I say, heading for the showers. A month later, Emily wants to meet. Same coffee shop, same table. I'm there early, black coffee in hand, documents ready. Assets split. No shared accounts. No joint liabilities. She walks in, less polished. Hair up, no makeup, jeans instead of her usual power suit. She sits, doesn't order anything. You didn't have to do this, she says, voice low. We could have worked it out. Worked what out? You running the show while I play backup? She flinches. That's not fair. I was stressed. Okay? Work's been crazy. Stop, I cut her off, calm but firm. You don't get to rewrite this. You made your choices. Every jab. Every time you put me down. Her eyes well up. Tom, I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just trying to keep things light. Light? You turned me into a punchline. That's control. She tries another angle, softer. We've got 10 years, Tom. A house, a life. You're just going to walk away? I'm walking towards something better. You had your shot. Her tone sharpens. You're going to regret this. You think you'll find someone who puts up with your stubbornness? I'm not looking for someone to put up with me. I'm done with games. She leans forward, voice urgent. Tom, please. We can go to counseling. Start over. I'll do better. You don't get it. I don't want better. I want respect. You don't have that to give. She tries anger next. You're throwing away everything we built. No. You did that. Her voice drops, almost pleading. Tom, we can fix this. Just give me a chance. A barista, a young woman with a nose ring, clears a nearby table, her eyes flicking to us. Emily notices, her face tightening. You're making a scene. No, I say, loud enough for the barista to hear. I'm ending one. I slide the documents across. Sign these. We're done sharing. She stares at them, hands still. You're serious. As a heart attack. She tries one last time. Tom, please. We can work this out. You've got 2 weeks to sign, or my advisor handles it. Don't call me. I stand, leave cash for the coffee, and walk out. The barista gives me a small nod as I pass. The street's alive with people who don't know my story, and that's fine. I'm not here to be anyone's hero or villain. I'm done playing her game. 8 months later, I'm in a condo I bought. Nothing fancy, but it's got a view of the city skyline. My business is booming. 2 new contracts, 3 new hires. Mike and Sarah have me over for poker nights. Karen brings Rusty by with a bottle of wine. Dave's still yapping about lumber, but he's good for a laugh. Emily's out there doing her thing. Word is she's dating some guy from her firm. Good for her. I don't wish her ill. I just don't care. My life's mine now. I set the rules, and nobody gets to rewrite them. If I want to spend a Saturday at the hardware store, I do. If I want to drive to the coast, I go. No arguments. No games. Last week, I ran into Rachel at a hardware store. She asked how I was doing. I told her, I'm not just doing. I'm living. She smiled, said, You look free, Tom. I nodded, grabbed my paint rollers, and walked out. Respect's not something you chase. You build it. And I'm done letting anyone tear it down. The smell of sawdust and fresh paint is my new normal. It's the smell of building something, not just fixing what's broken. My condo is coming together. The view from the 16th floor is all city lights and possibility. I'm sitting on a folding chair, the only piece of furniture in the living room besides a tool chest, eating a sandwich from the deli downstairs. My phone buzzes. It's Mike. Poker night. My place. You in? Wouldn't miss it, I say, and I mean it. Sarah answers the door with a hug. A real one, not the stiff kind people give you when they feel sorry for you. The table is set up in the den, chips stacked, cards shuffled. Dave's already there, dealing a practice hand to himself. Mike shoves a cold beer into my hand. How's the new place? Dave asks without looking up from his cards. Quiet, I say. I can hear myself think. Dangerous pastime, Mike grunts, but he's smiling. We play. We talk about work, about the game on TV, about nothing important. Nobody brings up Emily. They've taken their cue from me. She's a closed subject. A chapter we don't read from anymore. A few days later, I'm at the supplier, picking up a bulk order of 2x4s. The guy at the counter, a new kid, fumbles with the invoice. Tom Riggs, right? The system's still got your old business address listed. The joint one. Update it, I tell him, my voice even. New address is on the account. Just me now. He nods, clicking away. Got it. Clean break. Something like that, I say. The freedom isn't a loud, dramatic thing. It's in the quiet moments. It's deciding to grill a steak on my balcony at 9 p.m. because I feel like it. It's leaving a project half-finished in the spare room because it's my timeline, no one else's. It's not having to brace for the next dig, the next eye roll, the next performance. I'm at a business mixer for local contractors, a thing Laura, my accountant, talked me into. I'm not much for schmoozing, but I've got a stack of new cards in my pocket. I'm talking to a developer about concrete foundations when I feel a tap on my shoulder. It's Rachel. She's holding a glass of wine, smiling. Fancy meeting you here. Stalking the competition, she jokes. Just trying to keep up, I say. Didn't know this was your scene. It's not, usually. My firm's looking for a contractor for a new retail space. Greg mentioned you made quite an impression at the party. She lowers her voice. The one where a certain someone tried to make you the punchline. We talk shop for a while. It's easy. There's no subtext, no game. She's sharp, asks the right questions, and actually listens to the answers. She doesn't once look over my shoulder to see if there's someone more important to talk to. I'll have my assistant send over the specs, she says finally, handing me her card. I'd like you to bid on it. I'll take a look, I say. And I will. As she walks away, Mike materializes at my side. He'd been lurking by the pretzel bowl. See that, he murmurs. See what? You. Not flinching. Just handling your business. He claps me on the back. Looks good on you, man. A month later, the divorce papers are final. Laura emails me the confirmation. I read the subject line, delete the email, and go back to reviewing blueprints. It feels like closing a browser tab on a website I'll never visit again. That weekend, Karen and Steve have a backyard get-together. A casual thing. Kids running through sprinklers, dogs barking. Rusty trots over and drops a slobbery tennis ball at my feet. I throw it. Karen hands me a beer. You're looking less tense, she observes. I'm not constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop anymore. It was never going to drop, Tom, she says, her voice matter of fact. She was just going to keep you waiting for it forever. I see a few mutual acquaintances there. They give me small, awkward smiles. I know the look. They've heard her version. The one where I'm the stubborn one who gave up, who didn't fight for the marriage. I just nod back. Their version of the story doesn't live in my house anymore. They can keep it. I'm driving home as the sun sets, the city lights starting to blink on. My phone is quiet. My schedule is my own. The peace isn't something I have to negotiate for. It's just there. It's the default setting. Respect isn't something you find in someone else. You build it yourself, board by board. You build it with every time you say no when you mean no. You build it by not laughing at jokes made at your expense. You build it by walking away from a game you never agreed to play. I pull into my parking spot, look up at the lights in my windows. My windows. My lights. I'm not just doing. I'm living. And I'm not just living. I'm building. The finality of the signed papers wasn't a thunderclap, it was the quiet click of a lock finally turning. The energy I'd spent for a year on her games, on trying to decode the rules I never agreed to, now flows into the foundation of my own life. It's a tangible shift. My crew feels it. The new hires, a couple of young guys hungry to learn, don't just see a boss. They see a guy who's present, whose focus isn't split by some domestic war zone. I'm on a site, up on a scaffold, checking the framing on a second-story addition. The morning sun is warm on my neck. Jim shouts up from below, "Client's here. Wants to talk trim." I climb down, wiping my hands on my jeans. It's the residential job from Mark, the guy from the party. His deck is long finished, and he was so happy he hired me to add a sunroom. His wife, Jen, is with him, pointing at the plans. "Tom, we were thinking, Mark starts, instead of standard crown molding, maybe something more craftsman style? Thicker, with a cleaner line." I nod, pulling out my phone. "Like this?" I show him a picture from a previous job. We can do that. It'll cost a bit more in material, but the labor's the same. Jen's face lights up. Yes. Exactly like that. See, Mark? I told you he'd get it. There's no second guessing. No running a decision up a chain of command that ends in an eye roll. It's just a client, a builder, and a plan. Respect. Later that week, I'm having a beer with Mike at his place. Sarah's out with friends, so it's just us, the game on mute, talking about nothing and everything. You ever hear from her? He asks, not looking at me, swirling the beer in his bottle. Lawyer stuff. Forwarding mail. That's it. She told Karen you froze her out. That you refused to communicate. I let out a short, dry laugh. I communicated plenty. She just didn't like the message. I take a long pull from my bottle. The last time we spoke, she said I'd never find anyone who'd put up with me. Like that's the goal. To be put up with. Mike shakes his head. My brother's ex was the same. It's never about you. It's about the role they need you to play. The moment you stop reading your lines, you're the villain. The truth of it sits between us, not as a wound, but as a fact. A settled piece of business. The contract from Rachel's firm comes through. It's big. The biggest my company has ever landed on its own. I'm in my new, smaller but solo, office space, reviewing the numbers with Laura. This puts you in a new tax bracket, Tom, she says, a rare smile on her face. You'll need to think about incorporation. Properly. Not just the LLC you in, she trails off. The one I had before, I finish for her. Yeah. Let's do it right. It's another line in the sand. Another board in the structure I'm building. Tom Riggs Construction Incorporated. It has a solid sound. I'm loading lumber into my truck at the supplier when a familiar voice cuts through the warehouse noise. Tom? Tom Riggs? I turn. It's Brian, the finance guy from Karen's party. He's in jeans and a hoodie, looking genuinely surprised to see me. Brian. Hey. Man, I almost didn't recognize you. You look good. He gestures at the truck. Big job? Always, I say. What brings you here? Oh, just helping my brother-in-law with a shed project. Way out of my depth. He hesitates, then shoves his hands in his pockets. Listen, I heard about you and Emily. That's tough. I just nod, waiting. I know this tone. The preamble to a piece of gossip. She's seeing someone, you know. Some VP at her firm. He says it like he's offering me crucial intelligence. Good for her, I say, and I mean it. Her life is no longer my business. Her choices can't hurt me anymore. He looks surprised by my reaction. Yeah, well. I just figured you should know. I appreciate it, I say, though I don't. I hoist the last 2x4 into the truck bed and slam the tailgate shut. The sound is definitive. You take care, Brian. I climb into the truck. In the rearview mirror, I see him still standing there, looking slightly disappointed that his news didn't land with the drama he'd hoped for. Her story doesn't get to be mine anymore. The first anniversary of the night I left the barbecue alone comes and goes. I don't even realize it until I'm driving past Mike Street a few days later. There's no pang, no melancholy. The date is just a day. The memory is just a story I don't tell anymore. I'm building a bookshelf for my condo, the radio playing some classic rock station, when my phone rings. It's an unknown number. I almost let it go to voicemail, but something makes me answer. Tom Riggs. A pause. Then a woman's voice, slightly hesitant. Tom? It's Rachel. Rachel from. I'm sorry to call on a Saturday. I got your number from the bid paperwork. No problem. What's up? I'm actually standing in my bathroom, and there's water pouring through my ceiling light fixture. I can't help but laugh. All right. First, go shut off the water main to the house. It's usually in the basement or a utility closet. Okay, hang on. I hear her footsteps, a door creaking open. Found it. Okay, turned it. Good. Now, you need a plumber, not a contractor. I know, she says, and she sounds flustered, a side of her I haven't seen. It's just, you were the first person I thought of who wouldn't. I don't know, laugh at me for panicking. The admission hangs there. It's not a professional call. It's a human one. I've got a guy, I say, my voice softer. Good, honest plumber. I'll text you his number. Tell him I sent you. Thank you, Tom. Really? I owe you one. Just pay it forward. And don't turn the water back on until he gets there. We hang up. I stand in my quiet, half-built living room, the smell of cut wood around me. I text her the number. She texts back immediately, "You're a lifesaver." I look at the message for a second. It's not about being a lifesaver. It's about being reliable. Being the guy someone thinks of when the ceiling is falling in. That's a different kind of currency. It's the kind you build yourself. I pick up my drill, the weight of it familiar and solid in my hand. The motor whirs to life, a clean, purposeful sound. I'm not rebuilding. I'm just building. And for the first time in a long time, the blueprint is entirely my own. The buzz from my phone is a quiet, insistent thing on the workbench. I'm elbow deep in the guts of my table saw, cleaning and oiling the gears. It's a Saturday ritual. Taking care of the tools that take care of me. I wipe my hands on a rag and pick up the phone. It's a text from an unknown number. Hey Tom, it's Rachel. The plumber was a hero. Seriously, thank you. Any chance you're free for a coffee this week? I'd like to pick your brain about structural beams for the retail project. I read it twice. It's professional. Direct. But the hey at the beginning feels different. Not a summons. An ask. I type back. Sure. Monday after 3? The grind on 5th? Her reply is almost immediate. Perfect. See you then. Monday rolls in with a steady, soaking rain. I finish up at the site early, the mud making further work impossible. The coffee shop is warm, smelling of wet wool and espresso. I'm 5 minutes early, claiming a small table in the back. She comes in, shaking water from her coat. She sees me, offers a small, almost relieved smile, and makes her way over. Sorry, she says, sliding into the chair opposite me. My afternoon meeting ran long with talk of load-bearing walls. My mind is officially full. I know the feeling, I say. What'll you have? Large black coffee. I need the fuel. I get the drinks. When I come back, she's pulled a tablet from her bag, but she doesn't open it. She's just looking out the window at the rain. I really can't thank you enough for the other day, she says, turning back to me. I felt like such an idiot. Everyone's an idiot when water's coming through the ceiling. It's the rule. She laughs, a real one this time. Okay, good. So it's not just me. She takes a sip of her coffee. So, beams. We talk shop for 20 minutes. She's sharp, her questions pointed and intelligent. She's not just checking a box, she's trying to understand. I sketch on a napkin, explaining why a steel I-beam is the only way to go for the open concept her designers are dreaming of. They're going to hate the cost, she sighs, looking at my crude drawing. They'll hate a collapsed ceiling more. Your job is to tell them the truth. My job is to give it to you straight. She looks at me then, really looks, and something in her expression shifts from professional to curious. You're very direct. It's refreshing. I shrug. Saves time. The rain lets up. The conversation doesn't. The talk of beams and load capacities gives way to other things. She asks about how I started the business. I ask how she ended up in commercial real estate development. There are no jabs. No performances. It's just two people, talking. As we're gathering our things to leave, she hesitates. This was really helpful, Tom. More than just the beam stuff. Any time. She bites her lip, a quick, nervous gesture. I know this is unprofessional, but would you want to do this again? Without the structural crisis agenda? The question hangs in the air between us. It's not a game. It's a question. Simple and clear. Yeah, I say, my voice calm. I would. Her smile is brighter this time. Good. Me too. I walk out into the damp, clean air. The city seems sharper, the colors more vivid. It's not euphoria. It's a quiet, steady hum of something new. A connection that doesn't cost a thing. No chasing. No second guessing. I drive home, the wipers swishing away the last of the drizzle. My phone sits silent on the passenger seat. And for once, the silence doesn't feel like waiting. It feels like peace. The hum of the new connection with Rachel is a low, steady current in the background of my week. It's not a distraction, it's an anchor. A reminder that not every interaction has to be a battle or a negotiation. We text here and there, a funny sign she saw on a job site, a question about subflooring, a picture of a disastrous DIY project her neighbor attempted. It's easy. Light. The kind of light that illuminates, not blinds. I'm meeting Mike for a beer at a quiet bar near the waterfront, a place that doesn't rely on loud music to fill the space. He's already there, 2 bottles on the table. You're late, he says, but there's no edge to it. Client held me up. Wanted to change the bathroom tile. Again. Mike shakes his head. People. He takes a swig, then eyes me. You look different. I showered. No. It's not that. He leans back, studying me. You're not all clenched. Shoulders are down. You see that doc about your blood pressure? No, I take a drink. Just quiet. He nods slowly, understanding dawning. The quiet's good. Heard from. No, I cut him off before he can say the name. And I won't. It's done. The conversation moves on. We talk about the upcoming fishing trip, about Sarah's new business venture, about the absurd price of gas. It's normal. It's everything. A few days later, I'm finalizing the order for the steel I-beam for Rachel's project. It's a big number. A hold your breath number. My phone rings. It's Laura. Tom. Just got a notification. A large withdrawal was just attempted from your old joint business account. The one you're still listed on from the old lease. My body goes still. How much? $25,000. The number hangs in the air. It's not even a surprise. It's a predictable move in a game I thought I'd quit. She can't. The account's supposed to be frozen pending the final asset split. The bank's dragging its feet. You know how it is. The request is pending. I flagged it. They'll need your authorization to release it. A cold, clean clarity washes over me. There's no anger. No drama. Just action. Don't flag it, I say, my voice flat and firm. I'm on my way. I drive to the bank. I don't speed. I don't grip the wheel. I just drive. I ask for the manager, a man named Robert whose handshake is a little too soft. I sit in his overly warm office. Mr. Riggs, I understand there's a concern, he starts, his tone placating. No concern, I say, placing my hands flat on his desk. There is a pending withdrawal request from an account that is legally half mine. I do not authorize it. I want my name removed from the account entirely. Today. Sir, with a joint account, either party can. The divorce decree specifies the splitting of assets. This is not an asset. It's a liability. My lawyer, my accountant, and I have been trying to get this account closed for a month. This attempted withdrawal is proof of why. Now, are you going to help me, or do I need to have my lawyer sit in this chair instead? He blinks, the placating smile fading. He types on his computer, his lips pressed into a thin line. I see the request. I can deny it. But removing your name will require. What does it require? I interrupt, my voice still calm, but leaving no room for argument. Signatures. Paperwork. Get the paperwork. An hour later, I walk out of the bank. My name is off the account. The withdrawal is dead. I send a single text to Laura, handled. My phone rings immediately. It's her. Emily. I let it go to voicemail. The message plays later. Her voice is sharp, laced with that fake, wounded fury. Tom, what is this? The bank just called me. How dare you? I needed that for a payment. You can't just cut me off from everything. We had an agreement. I delete it. I don't respond. I don't explain. I'm not a player in this anymore. I'm the rule maker. And the rule is simple, no more. That evening, I have dinner with Rachel. It's not a coffee. It's a small, quiet Italian place she suggested. We talk about everything but the bank. We talk about the best way to season cast iron, about the worst movie we've ever seen, about the time she got lost in Rome. As we're leaving, she pauses on the sidewalk under a street lamp. You okay? She asks. You seem focused. Just tying up a loose end, I say. Nothing important. She nods, accepting the answer without pushing. Okay. She doesn't need the drama. She doesn't want it. And for the first time, neither do I. The old life tries to pull me back in, to drag me onto its stage for one more scene. But I'm not in the audience anymore. I've left the theater. I walk her to her car. The night is cool and clear. I had a good time, she says. Me too. Even with the loose ends? Especially with them tied up. She smiles, gets in her car, and drives away. I stand there for a moment, under the vast, indifferent sky, and feel the last of the old tension drain away. It's over. Really over. Not because the papers are signed, but because I finally am.